what's going on out there. What do we got going on in here? But if you guys could do me a favor, since we're just starting our day, can everybody hit the like button? Can you just take your finger real fast and just reach down and hit the like button? Even if you're watching this next week, next month, next year, even if you're watching this tomorrow, maybe you're watching this 15 minutes after this live comes out, can you hit the like button and then put in the comment section, OTVO, that people are already doing it, OTVO, overturn Terry versus Ohio. That's what we're doing here today, and that's my whole goal, is to overturn Terry versus Ohio and to be leader of the peons, because we're all peons, because we need a peon to get to the highest level of government representation, which would be the governorship of a state, which is like being president of the United States, but you're president of a state. And then you can change this dog poo organization who call themselves law enforcers. We could change that out, get rid of all those G.I. Joe loser uniforms, put them in peace officers' uniforms. Wow. Make them rights protectors instead of law enforcers. Whoa. Yeah. Could you imagine it? Whoa. Could you even think about it? You would never see the term law enforcer again. You would never have to read that garbage term. It's a garbage organization. And if you join it, eventually you turn into garbage. Yes, this video right here is presented from Harvey Freebird. Harvey Freebird, 95.7 thousand subscribers. I'm going to copy his link right there. You see that bad chicken? I just copied that link. And I'm going to paste his link down here. There it is. I put the link for Harvey Freebird. Make sure you guys get over there. And what do I always ask you guys to do? Make sure you hit the like button and then drop a comment down here. Yo, Harvey. Thanks. The comment helps the algorithm for Harvey Freebird. And so, like I said, cop pulls over man that knows his rights for no reason and later arrests him. So, like I said, you know, if you start a back and forth with this cop, and this guy even knows his rights, this is a pretty egregious video, to be honest with you. I mean, David, shock professor, what's going on? Brooklyn Audit, what's up, Playboy? Brooklyn Audit's in the hizzy wizzy. What's going on? Sherry, how are you? Good to see you. I'm looking at my phone over here so I can see some people's. Mark, what is going on? How are you? DLZ Clips, Integrity News. Integrity News, what's up? DLZ Clips, that's the backup channel. That's Colin over there running the backup channel on DLZ Clips. Make sure you guys subscribe to our backup channel. Like, share, comment, all the ridiculously silly things. You have to jump through the hoops of social media so somebody will watch your channel. So let's jump right into Harvey Freebird's video because I like Harvey. I like his channel. I'm a big supporter of the Harvey Freebird channel right there. So drop him a comment right down here. Say, yo, Team DLZ sent me right there. There it is. All right, and let's get into this video and let's see exactly what we're talking about.
Shooting range or something over there?
What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? This video comes to us from the YouTube channel Rob Huff. This happened in Sussex County, Virginia, and it was uploaded on May the 28th, 2023. And in my opinion, this looks like a clear-cut case of police harassment. This man gets pulled over, and this officer says it's because he heard shots fired in the area. Now, cops must have reasonable suspicion that a traffic violation or a crime has occurred to initiate a traffic stop. Now, this man, Rob Huff, handled this traffic stop beautifully. He knew his rights, and this obviously upset the officer, which led to future harassment and unlawful arrest, which I will get to shortly. Let's get to the video. See y'all later.
What's the problem? I got a shooting range or something over there.
My property.
Yeah. I ain't coming to attitude. I'm filing a complaint that somebody filed.
So the camera will improve shortly. The camera fell and he's nervous.
Okay.
Do you have a shooting range over there and everything?
No, just my property.
That's your property?
Yeah.
Okay, so people currently shooting over there now?
What's going on?
So we get a call of shots fired in the area.
Yeah, we're in the county. Yeah.
Listen, anytime shots fired in the area, you got the ID on you, sir?
I haven't committed a crime.
Right now, there's an investigation going on, sir, for
Watch
shots
yourself,
fired
please.
in the area, and I need to know who I made contact with.
I haven't committed a
I'm
crime.
with Sussex Sheriff. I identify myself.
I haven't committed a crime.
Sir, what's your name?
I haven't committed a crime.
Okay, so it's good, but there's an error right here. So a cop comes up and says, let me see your ID. What you're going to say is, am I being detained or am I free to go? Now, the cop's probably going to say you're being detained. And then at that point, you pull your trifold out from your visor and you say, in that case, I invoke my Fifth Amendment right to remain silent. It's in writing right here. I'm filming it. I'm showing you. That means I want you to leave me alone from this point forward.
What's your name, sir?
My name's Rob. It's a pleasure to
Robert.
meet you, Hudson.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. So we got to call the shots fired in the area.
I just want to say real quick, for this officer to pull this man over and say it's because he heard shots fired would be like pulling him over and saying, we heard that you were breathing. You can't just pull somebody over for no reason, officer.
Do you own? You say you own that land up there?
Yes, sir.
Okay. How long you live
Spot on commentary by Harvey Freebird there.
up there or just land?
Just land.
Okay. Hold on. Okay. So originally called is shots fired in the area. Anytime shots fired in the area, we got to come. If it's hunting, hunting time, we get a lot of calls. So
Okay.
we have to investigate because we don't know what's going on. I don't know that there's land back there. I don't know that that belongs to you. I don't know that you shooting back there or whatever.
You don't know who it is. You don't know. You're just stopping random people. You don't know a lot of anything.
I don't know that stuff.
You don't know anything.
So I have to investigate.
Right. But you don't get to randomly investigate just anybody here because you want to say you're investigating. And your investigation, I don't have to help you with.
When a citizen calls, we have to investigate.
No, you don't. You go out and see if there's any reasonable articulable suspicion or probable cause. This is a huge mistake that these cops are making. When the cops get a call and say that someone is bad or this or that, sure, if you get a call, you can go out and take a look at what's going on. That doesn't mean you should be approaching anybody without reasonable articulable suspicion that they've just committed a crime or in the act of committing a crime or planning on committing a crime. So if the cops get a call, that doesn't mean they need to walk up and talk to you. If they get a call about you, they can walk up to the scene. And of course, what they should be doing is filming. That's how it should be going. And then looking around and going, well, they called and said someone was shooting a gun around here. I don't see anybody shooting a gun. I see people here, but I don't see anybody shooting a gun. I have no reasonable articulable suspicion. There's a couple people over there, but that doesn't mean that those are the people shooting a gun. A gun echo will be for miles around. So he has no reasonable articulable suspicion. So the entire stop is bogus. He stopped him because we got a call. Okay, you got a call. That doesn't mean my rights have to be infringed unless you have reasonable articulable suspicion at a minimum, which is Terry versus Ohio, or the probable cause standard of the Fourth Amendment from 1793. That's
So that's what I'm investigating. So again, you got your ID on you.
No, it's not illegal.
So I gotta make cuts.
I didn't break any laws.
Yeah, so we got to call a red truck that shots fired in the area.
Okay.
So again, I'm investigating. There's an ongoing investigation. So do
What
you have
crime?
shots fired in the area?
that's not a crime, and he cannot attribute it to the man he's saying he's investigating. So this is an illegal detainment. At this point, you have grounds for a lawsuit because it's an illegal detainment.
That's a crime?
Yes,
In
sir.
the county?
Around the roadway and the houses in the area.
Oh,
Yes,
no,
sir.
no, it was never any.
Okay,
no,
I don't know that
that's
yet. I haven't
not
went
true.
back. The only thing I got is a red truck. So
I'm
again, I have to make.
I'm just gonna exercise my Fifth Amendment right at this point.
Okay, that's fine. I need your ID though. Sir.
I'm not gonna ID myself. I haven't broken the
Step
law.
out the vehicle for me, sir.
So he's saying that he has to invoke his Fifth Amendment right here. When he asks you for identification without probable cause, that's your Fourth Amendment violation. And no warrant shall issue but upon probable cause. So you don't have to give your identification unless there's probable cause. In some states, Nevada and a few other states, there is Hibble versus 6th District Court of Nevada, which states that if the cop has legitimate, reasonable, articulable suspicion and can articulate a single articulable fact of a crime that you have committed, are committing, or planning on committing, then at that point, you have to identify yourself to the peace officer in the way that you feel the most comfortable. So let's say, for example, that he had reasonable suspicion here, that a few more facts make it so there's reasonable suspicion. At that point, the person being inquisited would then have to say, I identify as good citizen. And then you are satisfying the holding of Hibble versus 6th District Courts of Nevada. So this is very important. Without probable cause, you don't give your identification to the cop. With reasonable articulable suspicion, if he says, hey, a guy in a red truck just robbed a convenience store, you're a guy in a red truck. Okay, cool. That matches up. My name is Good Citizen. I go by Good Citizen.
I don't consent to any searches or seizures.
I'm not searching this.
He had to step out of the car because of the 1977 holding Pennsylvania versus Mims. Pennsylvania versus Mims is based on the idea that you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. The holding is pretty explicit where it says that the cop has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. We need a freedom fighter to have little clothing on so that there's no doubt that he couldn't have a weapon hidden, and the camera rolling. And when the cop says, I'm ordering you out of the car, you say no. You're going to get arrested. You're going to go to jail. You'll be charged with crimes. But if I have my camera phone and the cop says, I need you to step out of the car, and the Pennsylvania versus Mims statute, that it's actually a holding from the Supreme Court from 1977, it does state that you have to get out of the car in the name of officer safety. However, it's very, very specific. A reasonable officer has to believe that you're armed and presently dangerous. So if you could prove with your camera, I'm wearing just a tank top and shorts that are jogging shorts, so they're short, and there's no bulges. I can literally pull my shirt up and show, officer, I don't have any weapons. There's no reason for me to get out of the car. You're going to go to jail for doing this, though. But you can actually challenge Pennsylvania versus Mims that cops are ordering people out of cars for their own amusement and for their own pleasure and for their own personal reasons. But you're not ordering me out of the car for the holding based on the idea that you have to believe, a prudent man must believe, I'm armed and presently dangerous.
I need to know, do you have your ID on you? I need to know if I make contact with you, sir.
I haven't broken a law. Can you articulate a law that I've broken?
Right now, you must identify yourself, sir, because I have made contact and it's an ongoing investigation.
I'm exercising my Fifth Amendment right.
No, that's
So you're refusing. So now you're refusing.
So he's exercising his Fourth Amendment right from an unreasonable seizure of my identification.
To identify yourself to me.
You haven't articulated a crime.
Is an ongoing investigation of
An ongoing investigation is not reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime.
shots fired in the area, sir.
It's not a crime. It's in the county.
You're missing the whole point, sir.
No, he's not missing the point. You're missing the point, officer.
I am not giving up my Fifth Amendment right.
So
It's not your Fifth Amendment right. Not giving up your ID is your Fourth Amendment right. The words he's speaking is giving up his Fifth Amendment right. If he had the trifold, he could point his phone at the trifold and say, I plead the fifth, stop asking me questions. You could give it to the copper and then say, any further questioning is harassment.
that land belongs to you.
Right.
That land belongs to you.
Yes, sir.
Do you have any backstops behind any shoes that's going on back there?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay, that's fine. Give me 1 second.
Can I see your supervisor?
He is a supervisor, sir.
Okay. They say he is the supervisor. He has a supervisor.
Can I see your supervisor? I allow people to hunt on that property as well. So when they're hunting, is that a crime?
How much land you got?
I'm not going to answer any questions.
Okay. And why? Why? I'm just going to answer.
Because I have a Fifth Amendment to the Constitution.
Okay. So
You swore an oath to uphold the Constitution.
Your Fifth Amendment right is your right to remain silent.
sure did.
Can you articulate to me what the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution is?
Yeah, I can, but I'm not gonna because you obviously know it.
Well, why can't you, officer? That's the whole point. For some reason in our country, the idea of rigorous debate or even exchanging of knowledge is now being frowned upon because the government can't create their Nazi information center to control all information. So we can't debate it because then we could prove that the government is lying to us constantly. Maybe the bird flu of 2020 will give you a a little reminder.
Okay. So this is my question. All right.
I bet you don't.
If you want to assert your rights, I have no problem with
I'm
that.
being illegally detained at this point.
Yes, he is.
Well, we're in the middle of an investigation.
Of what crime? not a crime. You don't. You can't even articulate a crime. I have no obligation to assist you in your investigation. You know?
Okay. So my question to you is this: you want to ask me a bunch of questions, but you don't want to answer any of my questions.
Yeah.
That's right. You're a public servant. You are below the line. Imagine a gigantic glass plate that's, Earth size, right? And on top of the glass plate is you and me. We're the citizens of America. Beneath the glass plate would be the government servants who are upholding our rights. Their job is to hold us up. That's his job, to answer our questions. You don't have to give him information. He's answering to you as he holds you up. That's what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, that's
Why are
your
you being
job.
difficult?
I'm a citizen in America, and we have the Constitution. I know
Okay,
y'all don't
but that doesn't
believe in
answer
that
why
anymore.
why are you being so difficult.
I don't have to answer any of your questions, officer.
Freedom ain't easy. Freedom ain't easy.
Okay, I just want to know what your issue is. Why you don't want to talk to us?
I don't like police. I'm sorry. I think you guys are tyrants.
Okay.
Yeah. If y'all actually upheld the Constitution like you swore an oath to do, then yeah, I would answer questions. But y'all don't do that anymore. You're fucking tyrants anymore, man. No offense to you. I mean, I'm sure you're.
No. Offense to you, officer. You are part of the Death Star organization that works consistently day in, day out to strip us of our rights. Thank you personally, from a business owner's position. Thank you so much. Every day, the police say they get 1 million touches a day with people in America. Every day you send to me hundreds of thousands of people who join Team DLZ.
You might be a good dude. I know. I don't know. I know y'all are sitting here wanting to ID me and violate my constitutional rights.
Okay, but getting your ID is not violating your rights.
Yes, it is.
It certainly is. That's the Fourth Amendment to the Constitution.
And how?
How is it? Yeah. Because I don't have to have any searches or seizures. You can't search.
No, the word specifically, and be very careful, it's reasonableness. The Fourth Amendment is based on a reasonableness standard. The Fourth Amendment is the right of the people to be free of unreasonable searches and seizures. The Supreme Court, when you file a federal civil rights lawsuit, as you know, that's what I do. When I sue cops for violating my Fourth Amendment right, it's for them being unreasonable. That's why when you saw me at the DUI checkpoint and I touched the DUI table, he said, "Hey, don't touch the table." And I said to him, "Actually, that's my table. You work for me. Touch." Because if you're going to arrest me for touching a table, that's going to violate the reasonableness standard of the Fourth Amendment, and I will sue your piggy ass.
Search or seize anything unless I've been suspected of a crime.
Okay.
Am I suspected of a crime?
I'll leave that up to my partner, sir.
There you go. You got our.
Unfortunately, unfortunately, that's my partner. So no matter what, you don't have a brain. You didn't swear an oath to uphold the Constitution, to hold up my rights.
Articulate a crime, and I'd be happy to ID myself if you can articulate.
You don't ID yourself if they articulate a crime. You identify how you want to be recognized as good citizen. And this is Hibble versus 6th District Court, Nevada. If there's reasonable suspicion of a crime, you only articulate how you want to be referenced. If there's probable cause that you have the stolen goods on you, that's probable cause. You stole something. Give ID. He might just give you a ticket and let you go home, or he could take you to jail because probable cause has been established.
Articulate a crime that I've broken or done something wrong.
Okay. Well, technically, we have enough to stop you for the incident that we're investigating.
No, technically, they don't have enough to stop him. This is an illegal detainment.
And technically, if you want to get into the aspects of the law, you're just driving down the road. We have a right to see your driver's license registration.
No, you don't have a. The cop's lying, or he's just stupid.
Court case law on that.
Yeah.
No, there's not Supreme Court case law that if you're driving down the road, you have to show your driver's license and registration.
If I violated the law.
Okay.
What's the law? What's the law that I violated?
Operating a vehicle on the roads of the Commonwealth.
That's against the law?
It's not against the law.
Well, then what the fuck do you need my ID for?
Once you have been stopped for a reasonable suspicion, you don't need.
He's not stopped for a reasonable suspicion. This is a hunch dragnet operation. There's no reasonable suspicion of him committing any crime whatsoever.
Suspicion of what crime? You can't articulate a crime.
Didn't he already tell you that?
He didn't articulate a crime.
Okay. But a crime is not reasonable suspicion. You need to talk to a better lawyer.
I'm sorry.
I'm not. I ain't talking to nobody.
Okay.
I'm just.
But a
taking-
crime
I
is
have rights
not
to the
reasonable
Constitution.
suspicion. A crime is probable cause.
All right.
That's true. A crime is probable cause.
Yes. Reasonable articulable suspicion. If you can articulate to me reasonable articulable suspicion, I will be happy to ID myself.
I'm sorry. Don't be happy to give them your identification if there's reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. That's incorrect. The only time you have to give your identification to a cop is if there's probable cause. If there's reasonable articulable suspicion in some states like Nevada, and he runs up and you have the thing in your hand that the guy's saying was stolen, and that's reasonable suspicion, there could be two of these in an effort to turn a profit. The company may have sold the same bottle and I may have bought it. That still means, though, there's reasonable articulable suspicion. Cop runs up to me and I say, "Good evening, officer. Oh, you're investigating someone stole a bottle exactly like mine. They described this one exactly. So that's reasonable suspicion. Okay, cool. I identify as good citizen. But that doesn't mean I have to give my ID."
If you want to play the reasonable person standard, we'll play that. Okay. So we're responding to a shots fired call. We have a witness that sees your truck driving from that area, and now we're talking to you. That's reasonable suspicion according to Supreme Court.
No, it's not. So what he's using is the 1981 case of Cortez versus United States. Cortez is an extension of the 1968 case called Terry versus Ohio. In Cortez versus United States, 1980, 1981, hope I don't make the mistake on that year, but the point is, Cortez says that a peace officer can take the totality circumstances of the situation to create reasonable articulable suspicion. It is a booster shot for Terry versus Ohio. So listen to what the cop says here, and what he's actually trying to say is this is a Cortez stop.
I will be happy to ID myself.
If you want to play the reasonable person standard, we'll play
Reasonable person standard, reasonable suspicion standard.
that. Okay. So
he's going to take the totalitarian circumstances of the scene to create reasonable suspicion. And if you add them all up, it equals 0.
we're responding to a shots fired call.
Okay, the cops heard some shots fired. Okay, that's cool. It has nothing to do with me.
We have a witness that sees your truck driving from that area.
You have someone who saw my truck in the area where a gunshot went off. That's not total circumstances of the scene.
And now we're talking to you.
Oh, and now you're talking to me as a third piece that they put together. So he put together, they heard a gunshot, nothing to do with me. Someone saw your truck in the area, doesn't matter. And now you're talking to me. Those 3 points are Cortez's accumulation of circumstances to create reasonable articulable suspicion. And even then, he wouldn't have to give his ID.
That's reasonable suspicion according to Supreme Court.
Crime?
All day.
What's the crime?
That is not reasonable suspicion at the court all day.
Shots fired.
That's
We're
against the
investigating
law?
it. Well, no, I don't
There
have.
you go.
No, I don't have to have a crime to stop you. I don't
Yes,
have to have
you
a crime
do.
to ID you. I don't have to have a crime to talk to you.
Yes, you do. You must have a singular articulable fact of a crime I have committed, am in the act of committing, or planning on committing. That is the entire basis of the 1968 holding called Terry versus Ohio. Breathe through stupidity. Breathe through stupidity. Piggy, you must have reasonable suspicion and be able to articulate a single fact of the articulation that there's a crime.
You have to have a crime. If I've done something wrong, I will ID myself. You tell me what I've done wrong,
Show
and
me,
I will ID
show me
myself.
where in a law book anywhere that reasonable suspicion equals a crime.
It doesn't.
It doesn't.
Is this a Terry stop?
It doesn't.
Is this Terry v. Ohio? Is this a Terry stop?
Okay. No, I don't think it's a Terry
There
stop.
Yes, it is. You are detaining somebody with no probable cause. Probable cause is where I know for a fact you committed the crime. You have the stolen product. That's what probable cause is. The only reason in the United States and America you can detain somebody and freeze their action and essentially arrest them without calling it arrested is because of Terry versus Ohio. This is 100% a Terry stop.
I've done wrong.
Show
and I
me,
will ID
show me
myself.
where in a law book anywhere that reasonable suspicion equals a crime. It doesn't.
Is this a Terry stop?
It doesn't.
Is this Terry v. Ohio? Is this a Terry stop?
Okay. No, I don't think it's a Terry
There
stop.
you go.
Okay.
Am I free to leave?
Am I being detained or am I free to go?
So this is the rule. I'm going to print out the laws of Sussex County.
I'm going to put it on that fence. It is regulations that have to follow. We are going to report it. They are going to come and investigate your area that you're shooting over there.
So these are two dumb cops.
Again, I'm going to take a picture. My body camera right here.
I don't want you to trespass on my property.
Listen, sir.
Okay.
Again, shots was fired in their area. Their homes right there. You can't shoot within a certain feet of the homes. So if y'all are in violation of that, you will be charged. Okay.
There's still no crime.
Yes, it is a crime. You can't shoot within certain feet of a home, sir.
So how many feet was that in?
You're good to go, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you.
So it's obvious that Sussex County sheriffs are harassing this man, and the harassment continued after he was let go from this illegal detention. As you can read here, what he had in the description of the video, it says, "Police let me go from this illegal detention only to arrest my father for trespassing on his land. I told them they were not welcome to enter. My nephew called me for help, and I was arrested for trespassing on my property. I was ultimately cited for cussing in public on his private property." And then he makes a call out to the civil rights lawyer, lackluster, and honor your oath. I'm not as big as those guys, but I will help you get your word out. All the contact information will be in the description on Rob Huff's channel and the Sussex County, Virginia Sheriff's Department. It definitely sounds like Rob Huff has a lawsuit.
I dropped the link for Harvey Freebird's channel just now in the comments. If you guys want to jump over there and subscribe to his channel, let him know Delete Lawz sent you over there. So, you know, there was so many mistakes and errors that were stated by both the victim of that crime, Rob Huff, and the pigs on the scene. You do not give, I'm going to make another daily friendly reminder about this. You don't give your identification to police unless probable cause is established in any state for any reason. I don't care if it's a stop and ID state and they have reasonable articulable suspicion of a crime. You still don't have to give your identification. This is essentially that you understand this. In some stop and ID states, I think there's a list of, it comes from the Hibble versus 6th District Nevada courts. It states that if the police officer has reasonable articulable suspicion in a stop and ID state, and he can list a single articulable fact of criminal activity that you are suspected of committing, then you have to identify to the officer, not your identification. You have to identify how you are referenced. I identify as good citizen. I identify as free American. I identify as a pizza delivery boy. I don't care, but this is the point. There was so much wrong in that video. There were so many, both of them were wrong on both sides. So it was really, really hard to follow that because there was just so much garbage